Hello and welcome to QiBounding. My name is Sylvia and I'm the founder of the method QiBounding. QiBounding is teaching you an easy and safe access to rebounding. One of my preferred rebounders is the Bellicon Bungee Band Rebounder, but we also use other ones. Pronating means when your ankles of the feet are falling towards the middle. Now, I, as a rebounder trainer, would like to give you some insights about that. It's, of course, clear that the softer the mat is, the deeper you are standing, the more is a tendency to fall in the middle. Yeah, when the mat is completely stiff, then there's less a tendency that you fall in the middle. However, most of us have a tendency already to pronate. That means the ankles are falling in the middle, even when they stand on normal ground. This is something which really has to be worked on, also for your normal life, not only when you rebound. It's very important for our joints, for the ankles here, but also for the knees, and a lot of people have knee problems just because they pronate in their normal lives. Now on the rebounder, it's very important that we don't pronate, because as we have a higher impact when we are falling in the mat, we would have much more stress on the ankles and on the knees. In order to avoid that, you have to be conscious about what you're doing with your feet. I would like to show you here a skeleton of a foot, and what is very interesting here is that to have a look at the heel. When you look at the heel, you will see that the heel is very much on the outside of the foot. So here your bone is coming through, the middle would be here, but the heel is on the left hand side, that means here on the outside, on this side. Now in order that the weight is distributed correctly, which falls through here, it needs to go here and then in the ground. 50% when we are bouncing should go through the heel, 25% through here, and 25% through here, so that we have a sort of a tripod. In order to have the weight going through the heel really, you would put a little bit more of your weight on the outside of the foot, and that exactly is what stops you from pronating. I will show you. Let's have a closer look at the skeleton of our foot. When we look from behind, we can see clearly that the heel is on the outside of the foot, there where the little toe is, and exactly there is where we want to have our weight going through. Here. If the weight came through in the middle, or even worse, really here in the inside of the foot, that would mean that our weight is not supported by a bone, but only by the tendons we have here and the muscles. Muscles and tendons, however, cannot hold our body weight, and the result is that our foot collapses and we get a flat foot here and our arches are breaking. So what we may want to make sure in our daily life, daily use is already that we have our weight mostly coming through the heel here. And this is how it looks like on our own feet. So here I stand correctly with the heels in a 90-degree angle to the floor, and now I will pronate and you will see my ankles falling into the middle. Can you see that? Like that. And this is not very nice for the ankles because there's too much strain now on the ankles, and as I showed you on the skeleton, the weight of my body is now not carried by the heel, but the weight is going through there where I have tendons and muscles only. So I want to set up my heels correctly in a 90-degree angle, and that looks like that. And that's the way I want to rebound later. Way of using your body, that is not only important when you rebound, it's just for the daily life, you know, because if you're pronating, look what happens here when I pronate. That means I fall in the middle. Here I do it now here with my left foot. My arch is also flattening, gets really flat on the ground, and as soon as I put my heel in a 90-degree angle to the floor, I have a nice arch again. I flatten again, I show you, now it's flat, and now I come back and have a nice arch. Let's see how that looks on the rebounder. Let's have a look how this story with pronating looks in reality. If you look at my ankles, they are nicely upright at the moment. I have the heel, which is in a 90-degree angle to the mat. This is how you should stand on a rebounder. If I'm pronating, I'm falling in here. Can you see that? So here is a lot of stress now, and also at my knees, because the knees are coming inside. I stand correctly, look where the knees are going. They are coming in an upright position, an alignment of the second toe and the knee. And if I'm pronating, I'm falling in the middle. The knees are coming in the middle. And that means that there's a lot of stress here on the knees and a lot of stress here on the ankles. And that's the reason why you consciously need to keep your feet in a position where the heel is in a 90-degree angle to the floor. This has another advantage, because as soon as I put my heels correctly on the floor, on the mat, I have a full alignment of my whole body. Because immediately, not only my ankles are in the correct position, but my knees are coming in the right position, and with this my hip and the upper body, which is supported by the lower body. And from this I come in a soft bouncing. So there you have already about 80% of your alignment work in rebounding. And it's very, very important again that you pay attention that you're not falling in the middle, and also in your daily life, because most of us have a tendency to fall in the middle. So we need to retrain us to change our body use and our habit.